Willie, welcome to Serie del Rey 2025, the Mexican final series. How are you living this final series or Serie del Rey?
I'm enjoying it. I think as a team, we're enjoying it as well. Taking it one day at a time and just trying to keep everything simple and not try to put too much on it. So I think for us as a team, we're just trying to, take each game by game and trying to build off that.
Willie, a lot of people want to know more about Willie behind the baseball player. What is your first memory in baseball? Your first memory, not in professional baseball, in baseball.
I just remember my dad, growing up, always, pushing me from ever since I was a little kid. I remember swinging a bat for the first time, probably like 4 years old. I used to run around my house as a kid, and I had a little Giants bat. I grew up in California, so I had a little Giants wooden bat. And I used to always just tell my dad and whoever was around, really, my dad, mom, uncles, like whoever would just throw me the ball. And I think that's when I first fell in love with the game. So ever since I was a little kid, I'd say, I fell in love with the game of baseball.
As a child, you grew up near San Francisco. You born in Vallejo, and you grow up in near San Francisco. So your baseball idol, I suppose, is Barry Bonds.
Yeah, that was my favorite player growing up. I grew up in the same city as CC Sabathia, so he was like a mentor to me. He's Hall of Fame now, so he was he was like the hero of our neighborhood growing up. Everyone wanted to be like CC Sabathia, and everyone wanted to follow his footsteps. So that's a really good guy to look up to, especially coming from a small town back in California. And like I said, but my favorite player growing up was Barry Bonds. Growing up, watching him hit all the home runs all the time, it was easy to fall in love with and to idolize Barry Bonds.
Willie, when did you realize that you can be a professional player?
I think, you always say it as a kid, you want to grow up and be a professional baseball player, but I don't think you really believe it until maybe I was like a junior or senior in high school. And I was always really small. So I've never was the biggest guy. I was always the smallest guy on every single team I've ever played on. So I didn't get really good, I'd say, until maybe my junior year of high school that summer, going into my senior year. And then that's when I probably started to really believe that I can be, like, maybe make it to the professional baseball and to eventually get drafted.
I read that you have a bad year in college baseball.
Yeah, I struggled my freshman year of college. I was sort of a late bloomer, where I was still like young and immature that freshman year of college, and then my sophomore year really transitioned into, I finally started getting a little bit stronger. I started getting a little bit bigger, so I think I was a late bloomer, and I was able to develop all the skills that I've learned all the way going up until then.
How your father, like a baseball fan, example for you, help you to be a professional player? Your father works in prison.
Yes.
And then you have some insights. You talk with some prisoners. Tell us more about that story, because it's a fantastic story.
Yeah, I think what my father represents, as a family, he's a really big family man. He worked his tail off for 26 years. He just retired a few months ago. He worked his tail off for 26 years. Sacrificed a lot for my brother, my sister, and my mom. He really did a lot for our family. I think with him doing that, it taught all of us as his children to work hard. You have to work for everything you get. Nothing's ever going to be handed to you. And as far as like him bringing me to the prison, that's because a lot of people don't know, but in freshman year of college, like I wasn't that good, and then eventually got my scholarship taken away after my freshman year, and had to go to junior college route. And that's when my father took me to the prison and kind of opened my eyes to is this really what you want to do, or do you want to still continue your baseball dream? And I think from that day forward, I've always put my head down and tried to pursue the dream of becoming a Major League Baseball player. And fortunate enough, that was the year I got drafted. So it was like a full 360 circle moment for me to overcome a lot of those things. And like I said, my father plays a huge, my parents, really, both my parents play a huge role in to where I'm at today.
And the dream come true. You played 8 years in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, 8 years, and it was some of the best 8 years of my life. So, and I'm down here now, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. So it's been a lot of fun.
Are you in contact with some friends that you have in MLB?
Yeah, I talk to a lot of guys still. My closest friend is Alex Verdugo, so he's my closest friend on this planet. Talk to him every day still, and like I said, every single day I talk to him. So we have a really good friendship, and it started ever since we got drafted together with the Dodgers, and he was my roommate every single level. We pretty much grew up together. So a lot of those things, and I still keep in contact with him.
Are you still in contact with Aaron Judge?
I talk to him from time to time. Yeah, he's a really good leader, great person, obviously a superstar baseball player, one of the best players to ever play the game. But yeah, from time to time, I still keep in contact with him. I talked to him. I was actually talking to him a little bit ago, a few months ago, talking about my swing, and he's a good guy to have in your corner.
Is he, Aaron Judge, the best player that you have as a colleague?
Yeah, I'd say I played with a lot of really good players, honestly. Played with Mike Trout last year. So I'd say Aaron Judge and Mike Trout are 1A, 1B. Like, they're both, like, best players to ever play the game. They're unbelievable human beings, unbelievable leaders. Everything they do is you want in a person. So, yeah, I'd say those two guys are unbelievable.
As an American player, how did you imagine is the Mexican League before you arrived here?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know much about the league before I got here. I played my first time in Hermosillo last winter. Didn't know much about the league in the summer, but got here, went to Cancun for a while, and then came here, and it's been unbelievable. I've been enjoying it. It's a really good atmosphere in this clubhouse that we have, and I think that every player just tries to build off of that.
You start this season with Tigres, and now you're in Charros. How is the clubhouse in Jalisco? As outsiders, we see a clubhouse with a lot of passion, passionate players, and with a lot of respect for your manager as a great leader like Benjamin Hill.
Yeah.
How do you feel in this clubhouse?
Yeah, Benji, like I said, he's personally been my favorite manager I've ever played for, and I played for a lot of great managers. Just the way Benji, how much he cares. He's all about winning. He's all about every single player on the team. He'll be out there in the cages with you for early work. You don't really see many managers ever doing that. He wants to get every single player better on the roster, and like I said, he preaches every time we step on the field that we're the best players. We're the best team in the league, no matter who we're playing. We can be playing against the New York Yankees, or we can be playing against the Diablos, and I think every player in that clubhouse believes it. And it's a really good culture he's built here. And like I said, all the guys in that clubhouse deep down believe what Benji preaches. And when he talks, everyone listens. So the culture that he's built here has been unbelievable.
Have you ever been in a championship team?
No, I have not. Well, in the minor leagues, yeah, I've won a championship before in the minor leagues, but as far as like in the big leagues or anything, I've not. Like I said, but this is my first one at this level, and like the culture, like I said, the culture that he's built has been really unbelievable.
And finally, all the Guadalajara city said about the Osito
Sí.
as your nickname.
Yeah.
How do you like that
Yeah.
nickname?
It kind of started with the Texas Rangers, with Rougned Odor and Elvis Andrews.
Okay.
They're my teammates. They've been around for a very long time. For me, I love sleeping, and I'm really tiny, and everyone always is like, dude, you're a little bear. You only like to hibernate and sleep. You sleep, and then you wake up and play baseball. You sleep after the game, you wake up and play baseball. All you do is sleep and hibernate baseball. And then they're like, you're a little bear, so you're our little osito. And they kind of just, they ran with that, and it's become my nickname. I have the tattoo of a little bear on my hand, so it's kind of just stuck with me for the last 10 years, I'd say.
Okay, thanks, Willie,
Yep.
and enjoy this Serie del Rey
Thank you.
2025.
Thank you.